How's it? Today is July 31st. It's Friday, and I have a really simple workout today, but pretty damn long. Um, just work up to two pretty heavy sets of one or one plus one for a total of 12 sets on both the snatch and the clean and jerk, respectively. So I went like 95, 115, 135. Then from there, just 10-pound jumps up until 205. And then I tried 205 twice, so that would have been my 11th set, and then 210 was my 12th set. Very interesting. I am not super sure if these types of jumps are better or worse for like my technique and things like that. So I started off today for the first time with one of those like barefoot warm-ups, and I think it's I don't know. I don't know if it's good or bad, but I don't think it hurts to do one of those types of warm-ups. I just think that today my technique was a little bit better than Monday, but not quite where I want it to be still. I tried to keep in mind that pulling in, sweeping into my hip as I pull up for extension, and kind of basically on Monday, the ones that were the doubles that were scraping my knee sleeves were all the best lifts positionally. So I tried to keep that in mind. And then pulling with my upper back versus my hands. So upper back and then my elbows versus my hands was super helpful. I'm still having that kind of rightward shift. I think that it starts to get bad right around here. You can see it right there. But that rightward shift, I really don't know what's going on with that. I need to kind of adjust it before it gets bad. I still see it on this one as well. So 195 there, pretty snappy, pretty hard to be honest. But yeah. So that would have been my 10th set, and that would have been a make if did that, and then I reattempted it here. Still a little bit forward. So I think getting trajectory and bar path through my normal extension is generally the better plan. So this 210 was really good. It was probably the best 210 I've done. And I'm just pretty sad that that video wasn't caught there. And here's another one that video wasn't caught. I think what happened was that when I went to the gym, my phone was hot and I was using my battery. So when I plugged it in to charge during the workout, that in tandem with it being hot was pretty bad for video purposes. So here I am switching into the clean and jerk. I'll try my best to really think about what Steve was mentioning on Wednesday, talking about how my tempo should be on the dip for the jerk, and I do think I fixed it quite a bit. Another thing he was also mentioning was to keep my time between clean and jerk shorter, because typically what I do is like it's 20 seconds from start of rep to when I get to the jerk, which is pretty ridiculous. So I did a lot better today on that. A lot better on jerk dip, jerk speed, and movement for jerk dip, jerk speed, and then timing between the clean and the jerk. And just like the snatches, I did 12 sets. I also suffered one miss, which was fortunately or unfortunately, it was the heaviest lift I did, which is to be expected to be inconsistent and kind of the easiest lift to miss. All of these jerks at lighter weights are pretty easy. I didn't have to think too hard. I didn't have to try too hard. And then I was thinking really hard about how the clean should be a little bit snappier, kind of like my snatch, because usually I rely on my ability to just move into position, and sometimes that doesn't happen. Another thing Steve was mentioning is that the snatch and the clean. Oh, I did fail here. I did not remember that. But another thing that Steve was mentioning is that the difference between the clean and the snatch is that on the snatch, the bar trajectory should be going over my head, so behind my head, versus the clean being in front. So that in itself requires a different type of athleticism and a different type of movement path for the snatch. So here's a fail here for my clean. You know, I don't want to blame that lady that walked behind me, but I'm going to blame that lady that walked behind me. I really lost focus because that mirror that I'm looking at is like, oh, she's moving around behind me. Got really frustrated with that. But yeah, so what Steve was mentioning was in order to have the bar path travel straight, I need to pull with my upper back and my elbows much more than my wrists for the snatch. And he said that if I'm able to do that for the clean, then basically I'll be able to clean better. So maybe I'll try to incorporate that the next time I clean. But yeah, these are the last things that I did. This is the pause front squat. It's 295, really heavy for me. Looks really heavy, but that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Shoots.